Hi there, thanks for joining me today. Back in the garage, and we've got a little treat again. This is the Kingbolen S6 Elite. We're going to have a look at this. Diagnostic scanner aimed at predominantly DIY, but according to the stats on it, it's far better than that. It should, by all accounts, do it. Well, look at all systems, bi-directional. It's got 15 resets on it, so we can reset brakes, oil, transmission, SRS, airbags, body control modules. It does the whole lot, so we should be in for a little bit of a treat. Price wise, this is coming in at about £150, $199 if you're in America. That is not a bad price. Free lifetime updates as well, so you no naughty surprises where software running out and you've got to renew. It's all included for life. So it's a good price. 150 quid is not bad at all. In the box you get your usual USB charging lead. It's not Bluetooth, this one, so we have got a wired connection, which will just restrict us a little bit to inside the car. Okay, we've got a nice little dongle there. 16-pin EOBD lead and a serial port there just to connect that to the top and screw it in. Okay, we're pretty much good to go. Or we can just pull the film off. Oh, lovely, lovely. The unit itself, it's a nice bit of kit. It's a nice weight, plenty of rubber around it, or hard plastic casing, plenty of protection there. On-off button on the top. We'll give that a press. Has it got any? Yes, here we go. We've got some power. On the side there, we've got a little rubber flap you can pull off to reveal USB-C and a memory card slot as well. Those of you that follow the channel know I'm a real fan of these scanner units, independent ones. I'm not a big fan of the ones that you have with your mobile phones. They take up a lot of memory on your phone, and the success rate is a bit hit and miss. These just seem to be so much more reliable. Nice simple menu to start with. We've got diagnosis, maintenance, OBD, upgrades, files, repair info and settings there. Nice big control buttons as well to see your way around, and also it's touchscreen. We can do the software updates, and you see they are coming in really quickly. The Wi-Fi is really good on this. You can see it's manufacturer specific information that this has got, so all the software is actually dedicated to your own vehicle. Let's go out to the car, plug this in and see what we've got. So today we've got the 1 Series. This is the Cabriolet 2013 model year. Just got the battery on charge there while we mess about with it. And down here in the footwell we've got the OBD socket. So we'll take as lead and we'll plug that in. And straight away you could hear it. Bing bong. We'll pop the key in the ignition and then just press the button without pressing any pedals, and then we get all the ignition on, and we can do, now we should be able to do the VIN scan. Press auto search. Bingo, we're in. If we go automatically search, next. Now we can either do a health report, system scan or system menu. So let's go for health report first. It'll just run through all the systems and just see if there's anything amiss. Okay, so it's coming back with starter motor terminal, historical fault, engine control module DME, DDE, abnormal, which is the brake vacuum sensor there on this one. Instrument cluster, power supply has been switched off, so we've got 3 faults in there that are... That's everything though. There's nothing much there, but it's searched 16 systems and it's found three issues. Now, if we go into the first one, let's just see if we can get any more information out of it. It'll do an internet search. I'll just say OK to that. And straight away, it's given us a Google answer to that fault code. So it just says it indicates an issue with the car access system, the CAS module, not sending the start signal to terminal 50 to the starter motor. The car's never not started, so it must be just a little glitch. If we press the back arrow on that, it'll take us back to the menu. We know the brake vacuum signal again, and it's taking us through, and it'll give you an idea as to what's going on. If we click on that one, oh, it's me. So straight away it takes you through to these issues, finds you a video, and then it will actually play the video as well. Let's go back out of that. Okay. Instrument cluster, we can click the arrow there and it will take us further into that fault, which is now taken us to that actual ECU. We can read the code on that one again. So now we're into the instrument cluster ECU. A559, we can do a freeze frame on this. So if we click on that one, it's not lit up, sorry, we can't do freeze frame because it's not lit up. If it was, then we could freeze frame it. We could do the internet search again with the search button. We're not too worried about that though. Let's go back out of all of this. Let's go back to the original menu. And now we can clear all these faults, clear DTCs. Okay. 16 systems found, no faults. We've cleared all the issues on the car, so whatever was going on, it's not there at the minute. Now we can also do a system scan. Tells you every system that the car has got on it. System menu, drive, chassis, body. So let's go drive. That'll take us through to the central access, engine management, and the fuel pump. So let's go engine control module. Let's just have a quick look. We'll read DTCs. It should come back with nothing. Oh, sorry, it won't, because it'll come back with the brake vacuum sensor, because that's faulty. We can also do live data. Got exhaust emission system. So we have all this sort of stuff. How long since it last did a regeneration. So let's have a quick look at that one. 6.21 miles, so it's recently done a regen. Operational values, so this will take us into all this sort of stuff. We've got air mass sensor, alternator load, brake light switch, coolant temperature. Let's have a quick look at those. Coolant temperature 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's go metric. 10 degrees Celsius. The engine's not running, so also the air mass is shown as 0. If we start the car up, you can now see we're getting actual readings, live data. We can also get that in graph form as well. Okay, I've got that nice live data coming in there, and if we rev it, you can see that spiking. Okay, we'll just pop the ignition back on again. Let's go back out of this and just have a look in the maintenance functions. So if we go into maintenance, we can now see a few of the things we can sort out here. So if the vehicle had got electronic handbrake, we've got the button there. We would retract the calipers with that. It's a really good service function. You wouldn't be able to do that job without it. Let's have another look in the maintenance. We've got DPF regeneration, throttle relearning, oil reset, so we can reset the service lights on the vehicle as well. And once you've looked at a vehicle, it remembers it in its history, so you can go straight back into the diagnostics a lot quicker. Let's have a look in the footwell module, see if we can get some bi-directional stuff going on. Start the car up. So let's go for, let's try this open window passenger side. Oh, there it goes. And then we can close window passenger side. We can work all of the lights off of here. Turn indicator, activate. So we've got IM, which is if we need assistance we can tap on that and it will take us through to the online services, and you can ask questions of the operatives to help you out if you're struggling. And that's pretty much it. So what you've got there is a pretty comprehensive bit of kit. It'll go into your car, it'll search your faults, it'll do the bi-directional controls. You can do some of your service resets on it. For the money, that's not bad, is it? 150 quid? Not bad at all. If this video's been of use, if you've enjoyed it, then drop me a little thumbs up, like, subscribe, chuck me some comments in those lovely comments, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.